I think I was looking today. I think Dayon's the only D lineman who started every game this season. What goes into that? Is that week of practice, production the previous week?
It is. It's a combination of all there is, and like I said, the game day performance, the practice performance, and all those things come into play. I mean, off-field things come into play. So he's done a nice job, and really so have the other guys. Nate started a lot of games. Bam started several. Bam had a nice bounce back after he struggled with a few things a couple weeks prior. So we want to do more than we were able to do on Saturday, but there are things I can build on from multiple guys.
When you say off-field stuff, is that just, like going to class?
So there's 4 things that it takes to play for me. This will forever be what it is. I have to trust you, which includes on and off the field. You have to minimize mental errors on the field. You have to produce, and you have to use technique that we talk about. All those things tie into equally, like spokes of a wheel, what it takes to play and how much you play for me.
What was the last thing you remember Coach Partridge telling you before you left, as far as just like your connection with him?
Last thing Partridge told me before he left, but he's a call away, man. Anything I need, any advice I need, I can just pick up and call him. He's a good man, and I'm happy for him. Hopefully he give me some tickets to the game.
With Pro Day last week, obviously you saw Kalijah go through it last year, David go through it last week. How much motivation does that give you?
Gives me a lot of motivation, man. I'm up next, gotta have a good year, and we'll have a good year. So, I've been changing, man. I've been going to church, going to Bible study every Wednesday. I was just at my pastor's house. So, I've been trying to change the little stuff and be more, locked in on life.
How much has that spiritual journey helped you?
Helped me a lot, man. I got the Bible app, so I always play it in the shower. So, I'm focused, man. God's helping me. I'm just happy to connect with him, because I know he will help me get to where I need to be.
How did you become a blind dentist?
I knew I was lacking something in life, and I just didn't know what it was. So I just had to, I'm like, let me just go to church, man. And it just kept going. Like, I've been going a couple months since I've been going to church and Bible study. So I love it. I just got my Bible yesterday. So, I'm happy.
Was your faith important in your family growing up as a kid, and maybe something that you kind of didn't have to pay attention to as much when you got into college?
It wasn't. That's the thing. I didn't. My mom believes in God. They told. We didn't really go to church together. But I knew there was a God. I just knew there was something, but I just didn't know how to connect. And I was, hesitant because I didn't know which way to go, what to believe in. There's so many religions. So I just, went to church and just said, I'm gonna just stick to this path and pray every night. Read the Bible every day. He's helping me every day.
Thank you, Dan.
Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, bread like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he sent for me. I keep the blood of the lemons my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically. Most of the tricks, they be gimmicks, they mimic the truth. It's poison and we got the remedy. There is a bomb, apply it, the fire can stand to the tallest of giants, the tyrant and all the suppliers are scheming and lying. They selling his dreams and we buying it. Show me the chicken, I'm frying it. Show me the dough and I'm prying it. Ain't never lacking it, so what I'm packing, he taking it, he magnifying it.
They say you ain't bout it. Tell them that you finna make it, but they doubt it. But you rose like the flower. Tell me what it's like to live with superpowers.
I don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. 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 Ayy, I I got to drive, the bus, the truck, the gas is stuck. I ain't the one to rely on the luck. I put in work and then he show up. I know it's faith to sit in the reps, ain't no regrets, I do too much. It ain't me if you seeing I stunt. He calling the plays and I do what he want. This ain't a front, glory to G-O-D. It's what you could do with a mustard seed. It's what you could do when you start to believe. Take fear and you cast it inside of the sea. 100% out of me, cause he gave it all on the T when he let it bleed. So what is you saying to me? You just insecure about the love that turned me to a beast. I take a step and I ain't turning back. He made me first cause I know that I'm last. I ain't got time for no thing in the past. Learn from it first and then I react. Hands off me, don't hold me. Get it jumping like a trampoline. All truth ain't no trolling. We in good hands, no folding.
They say you ain't bout it. Tell them that you finna make it, but they doubt it. But God did it. But you rose like the flower. Tell me what it's like to live with superpowers.
I don't know, but I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I just know that I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it. I'ma get it.
Number 50, graduate student, Dayon Hayes. Dayon Hayes was born on August 26, 2001, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a city in western Pennsylvania at the junction of three rivers. It is the second most populous city in Pennsylvania after Philadelphia, with an approximate population of 302,971. Son of Nevada Webb, he has two sisters and one brother.
That's what I tell people. It's not just about football. It's really not. It encompasses so much more. So much more comes from it. Discipline, time management. I mean, anything that's essential to being successful, you can find in organized sports.
For high school, Dayon Hayes attended Westinghouse Academy in the Homewood neighborhood of Pittsburgh and played football under Coach Donta Green for his senior season and Coach Monte Robinson in prior seasons.
We're on the final leg of the journey to the state championship. Of the local teams that have made it this far,
from the time that we got here, they've been trying to intimidate us. Their fans tried to intimidate us when we got off the bus. During the coin toss, they tried to intimidate us. But as I think, and I'm puzzled, because they don't know who we are, fellas. They don't know that we know what it feels like to get shot at. So why would I be scared? We come from the darkest places, fellas. We come from the trenches. Why would we be scared? Where we come from, fellas, you can't be soft to make it out. Today, they're gonna feel who we are. I feel.
Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting a beast. It's really hard to succeed in a place like Westinghouse. Trauma that our kids have to experience is not normal.
Shooting outside Westinghouse Academy in Pittsburgh, police just gave an update confirming 4 students were shot.
There's a lot of opportunity for kids to go down the wrong path.
Coming out of Westinghouse High School in 2020 as a 4-star recruit, Hayes was the Pittsburgh City League's most heralded recruit in at least 2 decades. The former head football coach of Westinghouse, Monte Robinson, told the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in an article dated March 4, 2019, that he couldn't remember the last time Division I football schools took interest in athletes at the second smallest school in Pittsburgh's ever-dwindling City League. Dayon was an exception as he garnered more than 25 scholarship offers, which included several Power 5 offers, including Ohio State, Syracuse, Texas A&M, Penn State, Illinois, West Virginia, and Michigan State, but chose to remain local and committed to the University of Pittsburgh. Hayes collected an astounding 23.5 sacks his senior year at Westinghouse and had 49.5 over his final 2 seasons. Pennsylvania football writers, all Class 3A, Mr. Pennsylvania Football Lineman of the Year, Class 1A through 3A, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Fabulous 22. Pittsburgh Tribune Review, Terrific 25. Rated the nation's number 10 strong side defensive end prospect by 24/7 Sports. Rated the nation's number 15 weak side defensive end by Rivals. A consensus top 10 overall prospect in Pennsylvania. Rated the state's number 3 overall prospect by Rivals. Number 4 by 24/7 Sports, and number 8 by ESPN. As a senior, he led Westinghouse to an 8-4 record, the PIAA Class 3A playoffs, and its first City League title in 23 years. The University of Pittsburgh, also known as Pitt, is a public, state-related research university located in the Oakland neighborhood, a 3-mile trip from bustling downtown Pittsburgh. The city is home to professional sports teams such as the Steelers and Penguins. The 132-acre Pittsburgh campus includes various historic buildings that are part of the Shinley Park Historic District, most notably its 42-story Gothic Revival centerpiece, the Cathedral of Learning. The Pittsburgh Panthers football program competes in the NCAA Division I Atlantic Coast Conference, also known as the ACC. Pitt plays home games at Acrisure Stadium, formerly known as Heinz Field, which they share with the National Football League's Pittsburgh Steelers, and utilize the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center Sports Performance Complex as their practice facility. Their overall record in 2023 was 3 wins and 9 losses. However, during the 2022 season, they were 9-4, and in 2021 and 2020, they were 11-3 and 6-5, respectively. During his time with the University of Pittsburgh Panthers, the 6'3", 265-pound defensive lineman appeared in 39 games with 12 starts. He posted 81 total tackles, 44 solo, 25.5 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 12 sacks, and 5 pass deflections. In 2020, he played in 5 games as a reserve defensive end, had 3 tackles, 2.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble on the year. Made his collegiate debut against Austin Peay in the season opener and had a career-high 2 sacks for 15 yards in losses and a forced fumble. Had 1 stop with an assisted sack at Miami. During the 2021 season, he played in all 14 games as a primary reserve at defensive end. Total 16 tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks. Had a season-high 3 tackles, each behind the line of scrimmage against Michigan State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, had 2 stops and 1.5 tackles for loss with a 6-yard sack at Syracuse. Had a 4-yard sack against Wake Forest in the ACC championship game.
He's going to say no. What a sack. Reaching out is Dayon Hayes.
During the 2022 season, he played in 8 games, making 1 start at defensive end. Starting assignment came against UCLA in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. He totaled 17 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks on the year. He was named the ACC Defensive Lineman of the Week for his dominant performance at Miami. He posted 5 solo tackles, 4 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks against the Hurricanes. His tackle for loss and sack totals marked career highs. Had 4 tackles against West Virginia, had a sack assist against UCLA.
This football team has put 4 long, hard weeks of work in to get ready to show out in front of their home crowd here at Acrisure Stadium. 3:30 kickoff. We are moments away from the 2023 season.
And it is a big and experienced front 7 for Pitt and coordinator Randy Bates. Corson under pressure, and he's dragged down. Dayon Hayes, the most electric defensive end for Pitt, gets home for the sack and a loss of 8.
And early in the ball game, the offensive linemen aren't setting their feet. You've got to set your feet on the inside. You've got to get a base. You see right there, the offensive tackle, you've got to engage. When they run that twist, that TE twist, you've got to take him and you've got to drive him up the field. You cannot allow him to go back under.
Yeah, it's really going to need to watch how this Watford O-line fares against the front seven of the Panthers. 2nd and 20.
All right, game 1 under our belt. We talked earlier in the week, I think it was Wednesday morning, just about, what kind of team we were, what kind of maturity do we have. We're able to come out here, and play an FCS team and play, the way we're supposed to, not play down, play up. And I really, I don't know if it could have been a better first half the way our guys played and came out and played a solid second half. We got a lot of guys to play today. So really, we talked about, are we just going to outscore them or we're going to beat them down? And I thought it was a beat down, really. We could have kind of done whatever we wanted to. And, the defense played well, the offense played well. Special teams were solid. We didn't get to punt enough. Wish we had some more punt work. But overall, happy with the performance by our guys. So I'll open it up for questions. There was a lot of 3 and outs. That's what you love. I mean, you're going to win the time possession. I don't know what the time possession was today, but it was pretty large, I think. I don't even see it on that sheet. But, when your defense is going 3 and out and your offense is, is driving the football and converting 4th downs, I think it's going to be a good day for you. So, just the 3rd downs of pressure in the backfield. I mean, you saw Jules making some plays in the backfield. Dayon had a good day. There's, again, just like the receivers and the tight ends, there's a lot of guys that made plays on defense as well up front, whether it's Bengali with a sack and, Sammy O had one. There was a lot of good things out there.
This is a season I think you've been looking forward to for a while, finally getting to be a starter and be a big-time contributor, and you really wasted no time. How nice did that first sack feel on the first play of the game?
It was crazy. Like, I was shocked. I'm like, dang, this quick it happened that fast. But it really was Jules who got me through. I ain't gonna cap. I just covered him.
What was it like playing next to him? Because it wasn't just like the very next play he gets a tackle for loss. It seemed like he lived in their backfield.
Man, that boy's hard to move, man. I love being on his side.
Yeah. What led to you guys having such a quick start? Why do you guys think it came out of the gate so quickly?
Coach has just been hard on us. It's just treating them like, a top team like Georgia. So we just had to come out fast and ready, physical and fast.
You okay with only getting 1 sack?
I mean, a lot of the young guys got it and got sacked, so I'm happy. We all got it. That's all I was praying for, all of us to get production.
What did you see out of Sammy O? He got some pressure out there, too.
Yeah, Sammy O, he's the next great. He's a prodigy, so he did great with the reps he got. So.
Yeah, you made an announcement on Twitter a little before the game. Can you talk to us about the campaign?
Oh, yeah. I'm just glad I could use my platform to raise money for cancer, for the awareness, because my uncle passed a few years ago, and he was a big part of me playing football and stuff. So I'm just trying to raise money and help, and just get that through his name, so he will never be forgotten.
What's the name of your campaign?
Tackling for Cancer.
What's your uncle's name?
Larry. I call him Uncle Larry. Larry Seegers.
When one guy gets a sack, how do you guys feed off of that momentum and that energy that you can kind of encourage others to get more sacks and to build off of that kind of thing?
Man, it's just like when Sam got his sack, I'm like, I gotta give me another one now. So we all try to up each other. So that's a good battle in the room.
What's Bam like as a player? Because he made quite a few plays today. He recovered the fumble. You saw on the turnover dunk, he broke the hoop when he went in to do it. What's he like?
Bam's just a savvy veteran. Been there for a minute. Now it's really his time to shine. And I love Bam. He deserved everything he got today.
During the 2023 season, he played in all 12 games, starting 11 at defensive end. He compiled 45 tackles, a team-high 10.5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 4 pass breakups, and a forced fumble on the year. He had a career-high 6 tackles in 3 separate contests: Boston College, Syracuse, and Virginia Tech. He had 5 tackles and 2 tackles for loss at Wake Forest. He forced a fumble against Syracuse, recovered by teammate David Green, leading to a Pitt field goal. Dayon Hayes was named the ACC Defensive Lineman of the Week for his performance in the Panthers' 24-16 win over Boston College on November 16, 2023, where he had 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 2 deflected passes. At the University of Pittsburgh, Dayon Hayes was a law, criminal justice, and society major. Dayon Hayes was the top available edge in the transfer portal, per On3. At the University of Colorado, Hayes will be reunited with former Pitt teammate Samuel Okunlola, a defensive lineman who joined the Buffs in January. He will be a 5th-year senior with the Buffs, using his bonus year granted to all players from 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic.